Oh, all right. 4-2 Capitals. Ross,
Yeah.
you excited for this weekend?
Yeah.
York.
York.
Another tournament is finally here. I'm excited, are you? Except, some of us may not be available to see it all.
That's true.
I'm really interested. I just want to know, though, how this tournament's going to go this weekend. York, Pennsylvania. Hannah Penn K-8 field over in York. That's where we're going to be playing at. I believe it's 415 East Boundary Avenue, York, Pennsylvania. Don't ask me how I memorized the address offhand like that. It just clicked to me. I'll tell you, Ross, I'm really excited for this weekend. This is going to be the second time that we've done a flag football tournament together, you and I.
Yeah.
We're going to be a step up in competition. The last time we saw the field, you know what happened. Came away victorious, but I'll tell you, I've looked at all these teams, and it's not going to be easy. This is a stacked tournament in terms of who's in it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the tournament, let's get one of the men behind this tournament, along with Donald Gentry and along with John Uri, I believe his name is. Over to that area. Mr. Brandon Beach, the host of the Hanover FlagCast, I believe. Welcome to Blood
Well,
Talk.
York. Welcome, sir. My apologies. I'm just getting adjusted.
No, it's perfectly fine. I did a whole episode where I held the phone in my hand, so I completely understand.
Yeah, I'm not about to do that. And I just got a new phone without a stand-up case. So,
No.
Perfect. This looks good.
Tell me the hat you got on there. YAFFL. What is that?
So, YFFL, that is York Area Flag Football League.
Okay.
So, that is who we run with. That is who I represent, and it's actually what the tournament's under.
Okay.
So between myself, John Uri, and Donald Gentry, we all are a part of it.
Yeah.
So me and John were on the 7 and 8 man, and Donald takes care of the 9.
So you guys have a 7, 8-man, and 9-man league up there already.
7 and 8, the 9-man tournament is the introduction of our 9-man league.
So we're the kickoff, so to speak.
Essentially, yes. We're trying to start up something big around here. I've played 9-man a lot, but when I moved up to Pennsylvania, nowhere to be seen. It's 7s and 8s.
Oh, yeah.
With the exception of Ships. Ship, I've played there a couple times. I have nothing but respect for those guys. But there's nothing between Owings Mills and Shippensburg, PA. There is no 9-man whatsoever. And I think that's got to change.
I think so, too, because there's a lot of talent in Pennsylvania, first and foremost, that you'll find on all sorts of levels of football. You already have 7 and 8 flag football established there, so why not 9-man, which is growing
Exactly
around Maryland, around the surrounding area around Pennsylvania. 9-man is a lot of growth, but PA itself has remained stagnant, despite having a lot of good competitive teams, such as one of the teams in this tournament, Baez Auto.
Baez Auto is the, I think, 8-time champions of YFFL. They rarely lose up here, but now they've essentially converted over to 9-man. So instead of coming back and running another 8-man session, they're in Owens Mills competing right now.
Yes, they are in the OMFFL. And I hear they've done relatively well so far. I haven't been able to catch up on the FFL much, but Baez Auto, I did see them in Ocean City where they were the runner-up to the affiliate nation. They fell short in the semifinals as well, Virginia Beach to the affiliates.
They can't get over the affiliate nation side.
Yeah, the good news for them is no AFN this time around.
But isn't PC Elite a remnant of it?
I don't know how much you'll see of the AFN guys on BC Elite. I won't say for certain. I'll leave that to the BC Elite and their captains to say in the comments how much of that is AFN and how much of it is their own guys. But BC Elite is another team that had a run itself, and Owings Mills did pretty well for itself. I believe they got to the semis as well, as did Baez Auto, who fell short to another team in the tournament. Ride out the winner of Owings Mills in the B bracket, who did knock off Renegades, another team in this tournament.
Very familiar with the Renegades. So when I was actually playing in Westminster, Renegades were running at the same time. Granted, it's probably not even the same couple of guys, but my buddy Tavon Davis still plays on that squad. So it'll be fun to catch up with him if he's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what kind of team they put together in the field. They were close in York, or not York, but in Owings Mills rather, falling short to the ride out. We'll see if those two mix up in a rematch this weekend. There's a lot of good matches going on. As we take a look at the bracket, do you have yours on hand, the matchups on Saturday?
Yeah, I got everything in front of me. So
right, excellent. Same.
You want to go field one or field two first?
Let's take a look at the 9 a.m. games, kicking off at Field 1 with Renegades and Impact. I've not heard much about Impact. Can you give me some information?
Impact is an 8-man team converting into 9. So this will be the first time they've competed in 9-man as a unit. I know a lot of their guys. They got a good quarterback. Steve Dunham can throw the ball. Kid sets his feet. He's dangerous. They've got a lot of targets, too. So there's a cat, my buddy Chris Kramer, who actually plays on my team, is running with Impact this week. So he's one to look out for. Kid can catch just about almost anything that gets thrown up to him. There's another guy, and I can't pull it up here. There is... Who is the other guy? Captain's run by Austin Falkenroth. Falkenroth. Jesus, I always mess his name up. Good kid. Smart, though. All those guys play really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see them play. It's brand new to them. Right. So I know they have a couple guys that have played 9-man, but this is a different beast. So
yeah, definitely.
Hopefully they got enough beef to handle a rush and handle the beating that a 9-man lineman can take. So it's not like Eights where you can turn around and catch a ball.
I firsthand have seen an 8-man team come up and enter a 9-man tournament, their first one, and win it. That was Adrenaline Rush back in Hagerstown, 2017. Came from 8-man, 1 and 9-man. I'm not so sure if Impact can make such an impact on this tournament.
I think it'll be a good learning experience. It's a good learning experience. And that's with a lot of these teams, especially from our York area. It's going to be a learning experience for everybody. Some guys are going to be familiar with it. Some guys are going to take to it and love it. And that's what we're doing this tournament is about, is just getting people comfortable with doing 9-man.
Yes.
So, and to me, it's going to open up a lot of eyes, and hopefully we can keep it going strong.
I hope so as well. As we take a look at some other matchups on there, the other 9 a.m. game, I believe that is Baez Auto. And playing against, I actually had to minimize it. It's probably popped on my screen.
And I got Blackhawks.
Blackhawks? Okay.
Yep.
That game has a lot of potential as well, depending on how many they dress. That's another factor of tournaments. You never know who's going to dress what. How many guys will show up late? Work gets in the way, kids get in the way, sports. Talked about it on Blood Talk earlier. Life just kind of happens.
You're telling me I've been sick for almost 10 days, so... Cool. Today I've been fortunate enough to feel pretty good today. So normally I don't no show on league play on Sunday, but last week I couldn't even get out of bed.
Gotcha.
But into that game, I'm looking forward to see which Baez shows up. If they show up with that full squad, holy shit, it's gonna be a fun show.
Yeah, they bring all 30 for sure.
They bring everybody that I know that wears that lovely shade of blue. It's going to be a good game. Tony can throw the ball really well. Dallas makes plays. And then you also have to worry about Steve Moon, who is legitimately one of the best rushers, I think, that's played around here.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun matchup. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about Blackhawks. So if you know anything, dive into them for
I
me,
saw
because I would love to
Blackhawks
hear about it.
play firsthand in Owings Mills against the MD Raiders, a team that I cover locally. They were very dominant in the trenches. They had a stout running game. One of the better teams in that. They had a decent run in Owings Mills. Blackhawks are a team to look out for. I feel like that's going to be a very physical game in the trenches from start to finish. That's going to be a fight in the trenches. That's a game to look out for in that early morning 9 a.m. slot.
Yeah, that's my one of my get your popcorn ready games. But when you look at the 10-15 spot, that's one of the games I'm definitely looking forward to. Is Renegades versus Appleby.
Really?
Appleby Systems is a combination team of Appleby Systems who play locally around here, but then also of the Decepticons. Decepticons are kind of known as big times around here.
Yeah.
They had a gigantic undefeated streak going on a ridiculous run. They went undefeated for 80 games.
Okay.
So really, really great team. Led by Danny Zangari. 6'3", 210 pounds. Basically hands that can catch just about almost everything.
All right.
So he's a monster.
I was a little skeptical on this Appleby team. I knew nothing about him going in, but you sold a little about them on me in that whole last minute.
Yeah, Applebee's is going to be, or I'm sorry, Appleby. Get shit from Matt Ressler for that. They're going to be tough. They're going to be real tough. I know Darnell Hayes will be playing on that squad. That guy is built like a brick shit house. Imagine I'll compare him to Sean Motes.
Okay.
Just faster.
A faster Sean Motes.
Yes.
That's
No
very
offense,
cool.
Sean, if you're watching. So I can't see who's watching. So yeah, I consider him faster Sean. Really, really good rusher. Probably between him and Steve Moon, it's 1A and 1B for the best rushers around here.
Okay.
So they're really looking forward to that game.
So you think they can match up with the Renegades?
Matchup-wise, that's the only thing I'm going to question. Danny will do work, but at the same time, somebody else has got to step up for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly who else is on that roster. If they did get a couple extra of the cons, there's another cat named Freddie Lewis. Very, very fast wide receiver. Very strong as well. He can pick up the slack, but at the same time, if it's the same Renegades team that I remember, Tavon's going to lock that down real quick.
Gotcha.
So I see it being a tight game, but that'll be the one where we get my camera ready and we're gonna go live for that.
Oh, we'll be live? Hey.
There's a couple, legitimately. I got my phone, I got another phone primed up, ready to go, and then I got my camera out. It's going to be a long day Saturday.
My question, do I have permission to go live for certain games? Because
Absolutely.
I entered Blunt Talk in this tournament. I'm the owner of Blunt Talk. I just want to make sure I'm good by that. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll be live.
It's go live, have fun. Like, my thing is, the more video, more live feeds that we can get on any sort of flag football is a good thing.
Yes, I fully agree with that.
So, to me, more is better. So, if you want to go live, absolutely. Please, please, please.
Definitely, and we're going to definitely be live for that one. We're trying to get some good footage, especially for some of these games. This next matchup, Blackhawks MD Titans, 10-15. That's an intriguing one on paper. I'm looking forward to that one. I've watched the Titans for a while, actually. I've seen the Titans more than almost any other team in the circuit. They haven't impressed me that much this year. They're not as good as I thought they were a couple years ago, so they've kind of dropped off a little bit. I feel like with Blackhawks, though, it's a nice little matchup between MFFL team and the Titans and, of course, the Blackhawks. Looking forward to see how they fare in the field together. Have not seen them play in a while against one another, if at all. But I feel like it's another game that's going to come down to who wins in the trenches. Now, how do you feel about this next matchup, Impact and Appleby? You know a lot about these two teams. How do you feel like this game's going to go?
So this is all going to be the break issue. So is the break going to help Impact or is it going to hinder them?
Yes. Remember, first time off from 8-man to 9-man.
Correct. Well, that's for both teams, though.
True. That's also true. I feel like that's going to be something that's going to really factor into how you match with each other.
Yeah. So it's Appleby coming off of back-to-back games, and Impact gets like a game break or an hour. Or do they get a game break?
Impact
yes, they do.
Break.
Yeah. Impact gets a tiny break. Honestly, I if I had to put money on it, or what I like to do is put a line out there. I would always say probably Appleby, but +3, because this could go anyway. Because 9-man's such a crapshoot, especially with two teams that really doesn't have any experience, minus a couple. So it's to me, it's going to be quarterback play in that game. And if it's the Appleby quarterback that showed up for our local, what we call Blick, that's our local benefit tournament that we do almost every year. Actually, I think this year was the third year that we did it. If it's that same quarterback, Impact's going to be in trouble. Because I do not know who it is. But the kid threw a frozen rope about 60 yards.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who that guy was, but he was dangerous, and he could get it down the field. If it's the same guy, awesome. If it's Matt Wrestler, sorry, Matt, you're losing.
Ooh, okay. We'll see how that factors in, and we'll also see how this matchup goes. Two teams who I believe have faced each other a lot in these last couple months. Not just in this tournament, but in the Owings Mills tournament they played, a game that we posted on YouTube earlier, as well as playing in the MFFL. It's going to be the MD Titans and Baez Auto, 11:30 kickoff. I feel like Baez, if they do bring their full 30, like I said, they are a favorite to me if they do bring their full 30, because I've seen how they play as a unit together, and they are extremely good. I feel like the Titans got a little less Baez in that game back in Owens. I feel like they're going to get a matchup here. Not saying it's going to be a blowout or anything, but I feel like this could be a Baez game where they're going to show off how good they really tested here.
Well, and I'll be bluntly honest with you. You're playing on the home field of Baez Auto. This is York is their home. So it's guys that do not have to travel. Legitimately, you're traveling 15 minutes to the field. Not different when you're coming from Maryland. Granted, my buddy that's actually on the Titans, he comes all the way from Baltimore City, and he actually drives up to York to play with us. So I wish Darius all the luck, but I think you're about to eat an L in that game.
Yeah, Baez, like I said, like you said, home field advantage. They're full 30. I agree on all those points. I've seen them firsthand what they can do with that full 30. They're a strong team when they're able to execute. And like you said, it's a home game. That's going to play big into their favoritism going in here.
Well, big thing I would point out, I wouldn't call favoritism.
No, advantage. This is going to play their favor.
Yeah, I would definitely say an advantage. Definitely not favoritism.
Don't misinterpret that.
What's next? We got 12:45.
Right out.
I see we got
Elite on
Right Out and BC Elite. Now help me out here. BC Elite, is that John Regan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so John Regan always brings a damn good squad into any tournament he ever does.
Excellent recruiter.
Yeah. I found that out when I was in Shippensburg and I played the Immortals, and I had no idea who these people were, and then all of a sudden I'm recognizing people, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm in for an ass kicking.
Yeah.
So
And John's got a lot of connections, and TJ Holson and company were in that Owings Mills tournament as BC Elite. It's got to be a question of how many of those guys will be there, and what does Regan and them bring to the table as well.
Correct.
Which, given his track record, he could bring some dogs with him.
Mm-hmm. So it's I'm favoring that way, but that's only because I don't know anything about Ride Out.
Ride Out has had a great year on terms of achievement. They got to the semis in Ocean City, fell short to AFN. They won Owings Mills in the B bracket. They've been together for a long, long time, so they played together for a good bit. This is going to be an interesting game on terms of how that factors in against BC Elite, who's picking up guys and coming along. Whereas Ride Out, I believe, will bring in their squad. We'll see later on. We talk to Vaughn Jones from Ride Out. This game's going to be good, though. It's a shame I won't be able to watch this one because I'll be on the other field as Team Blunt Talk, the defending Shippensburg champions, take on the MD Bullets. And, well, let me tell you, Ross, what a jump we made.
Yeah.
John was right. We are a long way from Shippensburg.
About 68 miles.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, we played in Shippensburg back then. We played against the Spartans. We played against Ruckus. We played against X-Dogs. Going from them to MD Bullets, hey, I'm ready. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, that was another game I had circled. So, MD Bullets has soft spots. Chris Tivis is a good buddy of mine. Granted, I'm not sure if who's the quarterback still? Is it still Mr. Clancy?
Clancy said he'll be there Saturday.
Okay. And you have Mr. Boone.
Yes, sir.
That's a hell of a 1-2 combo to watch.
They've met 6 times this year. This will be number 7.
Who's got the win advantage?
Tied at 3, but here's the thing. Boone's only won in league games against Clancy when Clancy played for Broad Axe. On the circuit, Clancy's 3-0, beating Boone twice in Ocean City with the Bullets, and once at Nationals. So when
I'll never vote against.
When it counts to most, it's been in Clancy's favor.
I unfortunately I will. And granted, I normally wouldn't do this. I never go against King Clancy though. The kid's good.
Oh yeah, I saw firsthand.
Like
I saw firsthand all year.
That was the old quarterback that I was running with back when in the Westminster days. Kid's a dynamite athlete, and we all know who Justin Mudgett's going to bring up there.
Yeah.
So I expect nothing but talent coming from the Bullets. I think Greg Murray's playing for him. I don't know if Chewy's playing for him, but I think Chewy's actually hurt still. But either way, I know Tivis isn't making Saturday, but I'll see him Sunday.
Oh, yeah, Tivis will definitely be there Sunday. And honestly, this Bullets team, they already own, I think they're the only true A team who competes on a regular basis in A in this tournament. They've faced against main event this year on several occasions. They faced the Strong Island Bulldogs. They are, honestly,
both those teams are crazy good.
I'll say this outright. I think the Bullets are one of the odds-on favorites to win this. They have to be the highest because of the fact of who they've played in the circuit, experience they've gotten, be national champions in 2018. You can't argue with their resume. They definitely have the credentials. They were runner-up in Ocean City, Delaney's.
Yep. No, you're absolutely 100% right.
I'll admit it.
But I expect
this is a game that I'm ready for as the owner of Blunt Talk. I'm looking forward to it. But I'll tell you, what a draw! I'm ready. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's as soon as I saw that written down, I was just like, holy. I'm like, it's going to be a fun game. So I'm excited for that game. Excuse me.
I'll be happier when you're better from your sickness, though.
Phew, you're telling me, dude. It's like every other week I'm getting sick. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully I avoid that.
What we got? 2 o'clock Ride Out versus Gusto Land.
Yeah, can you tell me what Gusto Land is?
So Gusto Land is a group of friends that are highly, highly talented. Bob Moore is the quarterback. Won a the semi-pro league up here. Won their big Super Bowl. Got a giant ring. Actually won in the very last second, which was pretty awesome. So he's a quarterback for the York Silver Bullets, if you're familiar.
York Silver Bullets, that's the first time I've heard that one. I have a hard time following up towards that way because I'm usually preoccupied down here county.
Yeah, it's their semi-pro team. They ended up winning that in the last second. He threw a bomb up to his main weapon, Quinn Way. Both those guys are confirmed will be there. But they also have a crazy talented team. They have a gentleman named Malik Generate, who is a freak athlete. Guy can rush, guy can catch the ball, just gigantic wingspan. Overall, somebody to not sleep on. But at the same time, Rideout's been playing together for how long?
I want to say they're about closest to 20-ish years, or no, about 12, 15 years, something like that. I'm trying to let me pull up their Facebook page. Maybe it has a listing of when it started. I know it's been a while they've played with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
one of the more experienced teams out there.
Yeah, I'll take experience over
2006.
Over that. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I was 15.
I was still in college. So, yeah, that's. I'm going to take experience, but don't be shocked they keep it close though.
Really?
Don't be shocked. No. These guys, all of those guys, are going to be really, really good. They're going to have a good line. Bob's an athlete. Bob will keep him in the game. It's if Bob can stay protected, Bob will get the ball down the field.
Okay.
So it'll be a good game.
We shall see. Like, you know more about these teams up in York than I do. I'll give you that.
No, that's the Gusto Land. They won our Blick tournament this year.
Gotcha.
Really, really, really. It's. I was joking. I was joking with a couple of guys that I was sitting with. I'm like, "What are these guys? Athlete U?" Because that's what they are. Now, do they got the bodies to block? That's the big question I have.
I agree.
So
I can see that
we'll
being
see.
an issue.
We'll see. I think Gusto Land will keep it close, but I would tend to lead to Ride Out on that one.
I think Rideout's experience is going to be huge in the end of that one, and that's what gives them a victory.
I agree 100%.
Looking at this next one, a matchup that a lot of people will be watching too. Bullets and Rampage, 2 p.m. kickoff right after that Blunt Talk game. Rampage, I believe they're up there in the B right now. What do you think going into this matchup with Bullets, who have a lot to lose here, but they have a stiff competition early by facing Rampage?
Correct. Well, to be honest, I think they got probably the hardest draw.
Pool 1 all around is tough all around. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Pool 1 is very strong.
Yeah, like that's rough to get that. So honestly, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch on that pool 1. I just want to see who shows up that Saturday. So it's pool play. Let's see what happens. Let's see where you get seated out. And granted, I really wish I knew more about Rampage. I do know them. I've heard of them. I just don't know any specifics on them.
Right.
But I want to see who shows up for the Bullets. So, but I'm expecting a great game.
I expect
So
one too.
I'm expecting probably another beat 'em up game, just like I think the one you're going to have with them.
Oh, I expect our game to be very physical, especially in the trenches. It's going to be very intriguing to watch. I'm not going to say much else, but like, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to this Saturday. It's a big step up from Keystone for certain.
Oh yeah.
As we take, as we move on to the 3:15 games, starting out with MD Raiders and BC Elite. The Maryland Raiders, they're up there. They've been top 10 most of the year in the B bracket in terms of points, but they weren't impressive in always middle. They scored a win over the Chargers, albeit from what I've heard about the Chargers, it's the Chargers. I don't know much about them aside from not that great apparently. They also did, however, play Blackhawks tough. 13-7 was the final last score. The Raiders have been up there. They beat Rideout in Ocean City. That was a big victory for them. So they certainly have the potential in this tournament. It's just a matter of how they come together against BC Elite, which I feel like we mentioned earlier, they definitely are going to have a lot of talented guys in that BC Elite squad. It's just a matter of who the Raiders have, which I asked around to see who was going to play for them for my league. Perhaps they're going to get their regular guys. I'm just going to be curious to see how they match up with BC one-on-one, which, like I said, it's a little bit hard to talk about this matchup because I haven't seen much about BC with the Raiders. They've been able to play up sometimes, but for the most part, they've struggled in the circuit. They had a -60 at Virginia Beach at the end of the weekend.
Ouch.
Yeah, a little bit better in Owings Mills, but for the most part, this is a chance for them to come out and show what they got. Matchup with BC Elite, not an ideal first matchup, but one that'll give them the real test and experience they need out there in the tournament.
And that's what I was literally just about to say is fire and fire. I mean, get your test out of the way, see what you can do, and go on from there. Especially with a team like Regan's, I think he's going to pull something out of his butt. I say, if I got a dark horse in this thing, I'm saying it's BC Elite.
Okay. I think, BC Elite definitely has that shot. Raiders have some potential, but they've been up and down. I feel like their next match will be a little bit better. But before we get to that next matchup, let's talk about Blunt Talk Rampage 315. You've seen us up front. You've seen what we got firsthand in Shippensburg. Rampage is going to be a matchup where, once again, talk about a step up. Yeah.
Trench warfare.
Trench warfare. We're going to need it.
This is where big boys like myself is where we make the money. And this is where I think line play will count the most out of almost every single game. That is the one I probably would have circled of like, all right, I'm interested to see whose line plays who. That between that and the there was one other one I had circled. Oh, Applebee's and Renegades. So those two I desperately want to see. No, I said Renegades. It's Applebee's and no, it is Renegades. My fault. I'm getting off subject.
Now remember, it's Applebee, not Applebee's.
I know, and that's why I'm fucking up here because I'm trying to read shit and trying to talk at the same time.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, you all gonna have a fight. Drain. I don't know anything about Rampage's quarterback, but I do know something about your quarterback. I think Boone does it. I got faith.
All right.
That guy.
I mean, I do too.
That guy kicked the shit out of a lot of people with Chip. But like I said, I guarantee I'm probably getting flamed on this. He's over on Boone. Dude, I've never seen somebody move get out of the way of people. I've seen guys juke and jive, but that guy just looks like he just moves in just a centimeter, and people miss him.
Yeah. He definitely has the moves, but he's going to have to move fast against that Rampage defensive front.
So
They got the lineman ready to go.
I'm excited.
Certain.
Yeah.
So, and I got faith in you guys.
Thank you.
Let's put it that way.
So we move on to this final matchup: MD Raiders and Gusto Land. We're both having a hard time describing this matchup because you've never seen Raiders and I've never seen Gusto Land. So we're trying to get in the mix
So
on this one.
I'll go into Gusto a little bit more. So,
Gusto, sorry.
like I said, yeah. Listen, Gusto, I'm saying Applebee's, leave it be. Those guys, I think this is the game that they take back and get a W. So I think they're going to eat one quick just because inexperience. Now, once they realize how the speed and everything and get used to it, they'll settle down, and this is where I think they start competing. Once these guys get going, they're kind of, as soon as they get the ball rolling and everything, they're hard to stop. Now, if you can get Bob to throw a turnover or two, that's when you're going to see a little bit of rocky road.
Hey, same thing for the Raiders. I'm not sure who's playing quarterback for them. It's either going to be Scotty Scott or maybe even Ian Fisher. But you can get the same thing for us there. You can see the same issue happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I know when Bob Moore gets on a roll, dude's nasty. So, but he also has a tendency to force some stuff in. So if we get the confident Bob that stands in there and makes plays, this will be a fun game.
I think it'll be a good game no matter what because both teams are going to be.
I think all these games are going to be really good.
Yeah, like this is going to be a big experiment from the sound of it. You're going to have some B bracket teams. You got an A bracket team. You got 8-man teams from Pennsylvania trying to play 9-man.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these matches are just random as hell. You're going to get some league games thrown in here. Day 2 has a lot of potential for a lot of those matchups.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited. This is going to be an excellent tournament.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to growing off of it. Overall, I just want to see competition, and that's the big thing. I don't want to see blowouts. I want to see good, tough football, and realistically, let's just make sure everybody keeps a level head on everything.
Right.
We don't need fights and shit going on.
No, I fully agree.
But I love competitive ball, so I'll be excited to see what everybody brings. But I'm looking forward to it. Saturday and Sunday, basically, I'm booked up for basically those 2 days. So, a lot of recording.
Hey, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, if anybody's got any questions for Mr. Brandon Dietz in the comments, fire away. I know that John Regan had one earlier that I read and I remembered. He wanted to know about the referees. Who are the officials for this tournament?
So, referees were handled by Donald. Not all sure who he's got. I believe he does have some experienced guys. But I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. So Donald's been our main official at YFFL for a couple of years now. So Donald calls a good game, keeps it even keel. So I trust whatever he does.
Okay.
So I'm very, very trustworthy in Donald's ability to really officiate and run everything smoothly.
Now does Donald have experience in 9-man officiating?
He's got a couple games. So yes, and a worst case scenario, I hope to God it never happens, but I've got a boatload of it myself. So if I'm needed, I'll jump in. I don't want it, but if it's needed, sure.
Okay. Parking. What is parking going to be like?
Parking, I am not 100% sure because it's a brand new field that I am not used to.
Gotcha.
So I know it's at Hannah Penn Middle. So it's a school. So I guarantee they have some sort of parking available. What I will do, once I hop off here, I can probably message Donald. I'll make sure get something up at least by tomorrow.
All right.
So I do know I believe he's got a food truck coming up there. So I know there will be food there.
So there is food truck. Okay, that's good news.
I think there is a food truck coming up.
All right. Bathrooms. What is the bathroom situation? Are we going to have any extras on the field?
I think we got a porta pot.
Porta pot?
Yeah, I think there's a couple porta pots.
Okay. That's a big need for tournaments.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Sorry, something interesting just popped up.
What is that? You want to elaborate on Blood Talk on air?
Oh, it's just about pro football.
Okay.
Darren Waller got a gigantic contract.
Gotcha.
So, props to him, former Raven. So, all about that. But yeah, I think there's porta pots there. If not, I think we do have access to some sort of bathroom facility.
Gotcha. What are the rules being played by? National circuit rules? Any specific rules we should know about?
It is circuit rules.
Okay.
So it is circuit rules. That is something that was stressed out to me by both Yuri and Donald. Fucking cough. But yeah, no, circuit rules.
All right. Thinking. Are there goalposts on the field?
No goalposts.
At all?
At all. I think we got the string going up and some people holding up stuff, which sucks, but it is what it is. We at least have something to kick with.
Okay. Kickoffs allowed?
Believe so.
Okay. Making sure there wasn't any special rules. Game format. Are we looking at 12-minute quarters? Are we looking at 20-minute halves?
I think they're halves.
So we're looking at 2 20-minute halves?
Uh-huh. It's either 20 or 22. So, that's, like I said, Donald, I got to get if Donald hasn't made sure you guys don't know that, that's something we got to get out there. But I could have sworn it's halves.
Halves? Okay.
Yeah.
But
I could be wrong. Like I said, this is Donald's baby, not mine.
Right. Just making sure, just trying to figure out what we know ahead of time, just so that way guys don't have any other questions. Is there anything you want to get out there that we need to know or anything like that crucial?
The big thing I always mention, and granted this is just me from being a director of a league for ages on end, is just make sure everybody cleans up after themselves. We're going to be there a hot minute for all weekend. Make sure you just pick up trash.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing for me. So we want to be allowed back in the facility and use their fields when we can. We don't want something taken away, like stupid trash or something like that.
No, I get it, because you guys are trying to build a 9-man league up there in Yaffle, as I'll call it. And it's something that we're really hoping does succeed. This tournament is very crucial to the development of what you guys can do up there, especially with the 8-man teams converting over.
With everybody converting, I'm just looking to see if this actually can work. I have faith that I think this will turn over a new leaf for us, and if it does, it's a great middle point between Shippensburg and Owings Mills. So there's plenty of teams that I think should, and granted, even new teams could be created as well. So more football I think the better it is for everybody else.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. As you mentioned, it is in between Owings Mills and Shippensburg. That is somewhere. And York's got a lot. York's a big area. It really is.
York's gigantic.
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Carroll County, Maryland. I moved up here about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, all right, I play flag football. I know they have a flag league. I'm like, I've never played in it before, but let's see what happens. Then I realized they don't play the same format, and I was just like, holy crap, it's completely different. Now, let's rewind it to today. Now it's just like, hey, this is like a coming home, which really sucks because I'm not even playing in it.
Right.
So, but that's what it is. What it is on my end. I'm not trying to get more sick, or I'm banged up as is, so I'm not trying to get hurt or anything.
No, I understand.
But
that.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy to see 9-man in this area. Beyond happy.
Same. I'm actually happy to see it grow, and especially after we had incidents last year, like what happened at Gettysburg. I feel like this year's been a much better year in growing flag football in PA. Shippensburg was a success despite the low numbers, and now we're looking at York ahead, and a lot of major names on there this weekend. A lot of potential for growth in that area. Really excited about the things to come in York, Pennsylvania.
And that's what I'm hoping for, man. We're just hoping to grow. We're hoping to build something into a nice, beautiful future, and that's something that flag football can grow on from here on out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anything about Sunday we should know about? Like anything at all?
Not that I know of. I know once we get everything totaled up point-wise, schedule will be released immediately once John does it.
What are the
I think John's actually handling.
What are the tiebreakers?
That I do know. If you just give me a second, because
All good.
they put it up, and I just can't remember it because of my. Oh, you know what? Bear with me here.
No, you got time.
I probably should have wrote that down. Oh well.
No, it's all good. I'm just looking at the chat. See what's going on. John Uri says park at the school or alongside the alley or side road. Water fountain there. That's good. Abdul wants to know, could you be kicked from the game, and if so, for what?
You can definitely get removed out of a game. So fighting we do not condone.
So no fighting allowed. Just making sure.
Correct. 100%.
All right. Definitely. I would hope.
Yeah. No, 100%. We do not condone fighting. We do not condone anything like that. Tiebreakers. Here we go. It goes record, differential, then points against, and for some ungodly reason, it needs a fourth one. Coin flip.
Coin flip.
Yes.
Move to the hand of fate. All right.
Hopefully we don't see it get to 3.
Right.
And somebody, and granted to have somebody lose by X amount and X amount at the same. I hope it doesn't happen, but we'll see.
We shall see. And we'll see this weekend how it all goes. We'll be there, York, Pennsylvania, Hanover K-8 field, correct?
Correct.
School, whatever it's called. 415 East Boundary Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
I get that by heart now. That's impressive. I don't know how I got that one down.
York, PA, 17 something.
Anything
Because
else?
it's always different in York.
Anything else you want the audience to know about for this tournament? Like any special promotions you guys are doing? Is there any facilities are going up for it? Any events going on the side? Music?
Not sure. Well, we might have a DJ.
You might have a DJ?
I think there might be a DJ.
Now, is alcohol being served at this event?
Not to my knowledge, no, because it's on a school property.
Okay. Hey, I'm just verifying and making sure.
Yeah, it's technically on school property. So if you do, I would probably say keep it to yourself. But I don't think anybody's serving anything.
Cigarettes, what's the policy? Ross wants to know.
Same thing. I would probably say keep it around your own personal vehicle.
Fair enough.
All right.
So that is also included in the green stuff. Point that out right there as well.
Oh, massive.
All right, so make sure no green, no booze, no cigs on the field. Keep it to your personal vehicle. Hey, I can get behind that policy for sure.
Correct. But other than that, people, you want to come up and talk to me, come talk. I'll be there almost all day. Saturday, I'll be up there Sunday. If you guys need anything, do not hesitate. Give me a call or come up and talk.
All right. Anybody else we can hit up as well? Gentry, Yuri, anybody around else we need to know about?
Gentry, Yuri's going to be MIA this weekend. Wife's in the military, and she's getting pulled in for something this weekend. So Yuri's got daddy duties. So really, it's me. Donald is running everything. I'm just going to be there, really as just a support for him, and really get some good footage and get some good media.
Okay, same here. I feel like it's going to be a good tournament to get some good footage of.
So we're gonna bust out the old school Nikon. We're gonna get some good photos. We're gonna record some games. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Now another question I have: rain policy. Do you guys play in the rain, or there's nothing in the forecast for Saturday or Sunday? But
if it's raining, expect to play.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's raining, expect to play.
Gotcha. Prize for the teams? Like, what's the overall pot for the winner?
That is something Donald did not tell me today. So my apologies for that.
No, that's fine. There were different numbers on the original poster, and that was when there was an A and a B bracket. And now that it's just one bracket, I can imagine it's different.
If you're watching this, please comment, because I am not sure on the actual financials of it.
That's fine. And he was watching earlier, so I'm sure he's got you in a second.
Correct. So, yeah, that's the one thing I keep my ears out of is pocket stuff.
Completely understand that.
So, that's, like I said, Donald's baby. His deal. But my thing, I'll bring up this for everybody. And I see people giving Donald a hard time, but Donald's really the driving force in this 9-man for us. So give that guy a benefit of the doubt, because he's really busting his ass for this thing. Yeah,
and it's been a long road to get to this point of the York tournament. We had a couple of delays, I believe, to start it off. It was supposed to play back in July. I do remember that, but that happened about a week after Albany, which was bad time.
Mm-hmm.
Or a week prior to Albany. I can't remember which now.
I think it might have fell on the same week.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's played to its disadvantage, but now we're here in October. You got a good amount of teams, and it's not like you got these random names. You got some good names in this list. This is a relatively strong tournament. It's not very A bracket-esque. You're not going to see the Bulldogs or main event this weekend.
No.
But you do get teams like the Bullets. You do get teams like Baez Auto. You do get Rampage. You do get Renegades, Ride Out, and even Team Blunt
Yeah.
this weekend. And you do get to see some teams who are playing 9-man for the first time
Mhm.
ever, which I'll tell you, I went to that open tournament in Gettysburg last year, and despite what happened, the most interesting aspect to me was seeing all these different teams match up with each other that would never, ever get to play.
And that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it's just looking at all these different teams, and I want to see Augusto Land play the Bullets. I want to see BC Elite play Impact. It's just I want to see those guys that are playing this for the very first time get as much experience as they can.
Same. And I feel like they're going to definitely get an education this weekend.
For better or for worse, I would say that.
Yeah. And, it helps to get that kind of exposure. I mean, I saw Killer Bees and Ship Flip Gators, two teams from Keystone, enter that Gettysburg tournament last year, and they had to play Mayhem and Adrenaline Rush, two teams that were playing the A bracket circuit against the likes of the Bulldogs, against the likes of Main Event, and all those other guys. And I felt
Good
like,
old chip
and
flip.
a lot of what
That's
I
the one
heard
thing I was
was a
kind of.
lot of good for them in the long run. They got to see what the competition was like outside of their own leagues. And I feel like for your 8-man squads up there in York, this is going to be something for them to remember.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That was the one thing I was kind of disappointed in. Is I would have liked to see the Killer Bees and Chip Flip come down, but I get it. People got lives.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, can't get everybody in, but we got more tournaments coming around in this area. After this one, we got Woodbridge next month. I'm really excited for this growth in the Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia area.
And then I saw somebody just put up in for November. Uh,
I think you're talking about Woodbridge. Or
is that Woodbridge?
it'll be at Woodbridge or it's going to be at Tucker Road, Fort Washington, the Mason-Dixon Classic.
Yes. Yes, that is the one I saw literally today.
And you look at that tournament,
So,
this one in Owings Mills, flag football is booming in this 4-state region.
and let's just try and keep it as strong as possible.
Thank you. I fully agree. Once again, thank you for joining us, Brandon. We'll see you on
I appreciate it.
Saturday.
No, I appreciate it, Joey. I appreciate your time and patience. Good luck to everybody that's playing today. Or, I'm sorry, not today. This weekend. And overall, have fun, y'all.
And have fun, we will. And we'll see you Saturday morning, Brandon.
Yes, sir. Take care.
You as well, sir.